the Kickers. The team will look very much like it did in the 44th. Except that small forward Johnny Newman won't be in the lineup. Oh, he'll play in the game, except he'll do it for the Charlotte Hornets. The team but slow. He was one of the Knicks' shrewd acquisitions, a free agent with quickness and a tremendous ability to drive to the hoop. But without the ball, he was another story. Johnny Newman continued to start for the team, but slowly the man the Knicks really wanted in that role began to heal. And when Kiki Vandeweghe came off the injured list, he brought with him 10 years experience and 14,000 points. Newman started to press, and it showed. After 69 games, the starting job was lost. And as he sat on the bench, he thought he was worth more to someone else than he was to the Knicks, and he was right. In July, Johnny Newman officially left the team that had given his career a second life. 4 years, $5 million was the deal the Knicks decided not to match. And now on Tobacco Road, he is a celebrity. It is the interesting sidelight to opening night at the Charlotte Coliseum. Sold out as always, and as loud as ever.
New York Knicks basketball is brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By Nobody Beats the Wiz Home Entertainment Centers. For everything in home electronics, music, and movies, nobody beats the Wiz. And by Hertz. They never forget who made them #1. Hertz, America's wheel.
We are live at the Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina. 23,901, a sellout, as the Hornets play host to the New York Knicks, who begin their 45th NBA season under some very difficult circumstances. Good evening, everybody. I'm Al Troutwig. Welcome to Knicks basketball here on MSG. I'm filling in, of course, for Marv Albert, who begins the NBA on NBC tomorrow, and everybody at MSG wishes Marv all the best. I mentioned the Knicks begin this season under very difficult circumstances. Well, how about the crowd here? One of the loudest in the NBA. And how about injuries? Kenny Walker's on the injured list. He'll miss 5 games. He's not here. Trent Tucker has a bruised heel. He is not here. We've got Charles Oakley with a bruised knee. He gave that a go in warm-ups, and he will start tonight. And then there's another injury, and as they're bringing in John Andres, who's working with me, of course, tonight, that is the injury to Maurice Cheeks, John, that has sort of opened a door, so to speak, for Mark Jackson.
Yes, it kept Maurice out of action for a significant time recently. He only rejoined the team yesterday. He hasn't played that much in preseason anyway, as Mark Jackson has worked very hard at getting back into the picture here. And he has in a big way, so much so, Al, as you know, that he'll be starting the game tonight. Mark is looking very solid. It's very important for the Knicks, naturally, that he play well tonight and for all the playing time he's going to get. We don't know how long this situation of who's starting is going to last, but Cheeks will play tonight. I think the most significant thing really for Charlotte, however, is the fact that they have to deal with Patrick Ewing, and they don't have anyone who can deal with him.
One of the things that the Charlotte Hornets do have, which is going to provide the interest in tonight's game, is Johnny Newman. We already mentioned that the Knicks decided Johnny wasn't worth 4 years and $5 million. And so right off the bat, the schedule maker has created this Vandeweghe-Newman showdown.
Johnny Newman had a lot of frustrating moments in the latter part of last season. Johnny Newman tonight has the chance to express that frustration. And, of course, he's a lot richer, and Kiki Vandeweghe, from the Knicks standpoint, better be ready.
They just had an opening ceremony here at the Coliseum that John and I are still trying to figure out. But nonetheless, 23,901 did enjoy it. And we are set now for Knicks basketball here tonight as the season begins for the Knicks with many a question. And we'll be back to start the tip-off of this one in just a moment. Armin Gilliam is standing near the center circle. The Hornets may use him on the tip.
Al, I think it's vital that the Knicks get off to a good start and not let this crowd get into it, because with any encouragement, they can carry a team. The Knicks witnessed that here last year.
Ewing won the tip, but with a little hustle, Rex Chapman, the often shooting guard of the Charlotte Hornets, won the possession. Johnny Newman touches the ball for the first time. Thinks about the hoop, gives it away. Oakley to Wilkins. spinning and whirling, missing the layup. Oakley with the percentage shot.
Talk about the value of good position. Oakley didn't even have to jump for that. His body got the ball. Johnny Newman committed one of the faux pas that he has many times over the years, trying to dribble into a situation he couldn't handle.
6'9", J.R. Reed going up against Patrick Ewing. The shot is off. The Knicks get it. Opening minute of play, opening night for the Knicks and the Charlotte Hornets. Gerald Wilkins, guarded by Gilliam. Oh! Reed and Ewing battle for the rebound, but little Muggsy Bogues brings it out. Oh!
Patrick Ewing to the rescue.
Just a little height advantage there. Patrick over Muggsy. Reed 0 for 2. Mark Jackson picks up the loose ball. It is Wilkins guarded by Rex Chapman. Mark Jackson trying to low post on Muggsy Bogues, trying to take advantage of the height. And a whistle underneath.
Jackson has done that successfully many, many times, and against the 5'3" Bogues, it would be expected that he would continue to do it. Mark is very effective down low.
The Hornets with a plethora of guards, Del Curry and Kendall Gill on the bench. Jackson stopped by Gilliam, and they'll say it's Hornets ball.
Well, Gilliam didn't have to do much for that. He normally is not a good inside defensive player. In fact, the Hornets last year were last in the league in shot blocks. That's a good sign when they can get one.
Newman.
Vandeweghe right on Johnny Newman.
And Newman right on Vandeweghe. Nice defensive poke by J.R. Reed. Newman. How appropriate that Johnny Newman scores the first 2 points for Charlotte. Tied at 2, 9:44 to go, first period. And a foul underneath.
Good look by Mark Jackson. A long pass across the lane, and he picked up Ewing. They were on a wavelength. Patrick Ewing knows now from the last move that he mustn't put the ball on the floor if there are any other defenders other than his man around, because you know that's what Gene Littles has preached to his team. When the ball goes into Ewing, collapse on him.
Patrick hits the first. He led the Knicks in scoring in 5 of the 8 preseason games, a preseason in which the Knicks had a 4-4 record. Last year, Stu Jackson's offensive focus on Patrick Ewing increased his average per game by 6 points.
And he killed the Hornets last year in both their meetings. The Hornets won down here, Knicks up in New York.
Well, the Knicks experienced the expansion losses much too often to Stu Jackson's displeasure. Vandeweghe with Newman. Tries to use the Armin Gilliam pick. Rex Chapman. He can get up with a 39-inch vertical leap. But it goes off the rim, and Newman and Oakley will jump it up.
Interesting to see the former teammates go at it quite physically. Both players committed to that loose ball. Big criticism for Chapman has been his shot selection. He had a gorgeous move to the hoop and great jumping ability he showed, but he couldn't quite jam it down.
Muggsy Bogues pestering Mark Jackson. Gets the handoff from Ewing. Jackson calls out a play. 4-2 Knicks. Wilkins used the Ewing pick but ran in to J.R. Reed for the offensive foul.
J.R. Reed anticipated that move beautifully. For a 6'9" man, he moved quickly.
First foul on Gerald Wilkins. And the first on the Knicks. Muggsy Bogues guarded by Mark Jackson. Gerald Wilkins on Rex Chapman. Oakley and Armin Gilliam. Chapman is off the mark. In the preseason, he shot 38%. This for a guy who takes more than his share of shots and the most on the team.
part of that dilemma that Chapman faces, and that is shot selection. I'm told when he plays point guard, which happens on occasion, his shot selection becomes different, better. He's more aware of his teammates, so it will be interesting to see throughout the season if Chapman gets more shot at point guard. He's loaded with talent.
Charlotte sees Muggsy as the point guard, and then for all their talent at guard, they really don't have anyone else. Big rebound by Johnny Newman. The Knicks wish that he did that a lot more when he was wearing blue and orange, and he travels as he brought the ball out.
Johnny did not have anyone guarding him either as he dribbled out and committed that infraction.
It's one thing that Johnny did not provide, and may not even with Charlotte, was rebounding. Just over 2 rebounds a game, the lowest total as a small forward in the NBA.
Al, he doesn't have the body for it.
Of course, he'd argue that with Oakley and Ewing, there weren't many rebounds to get. Ewing backing in on Reed. He's got 3 inches on him and does the finger roll. 6-2 Knicks.
Ewing was in a position then where Charlotte could not help out on J.R. Reed, so it's clear what he can do in a one-on-one matchup with Reed.
4 points for Patrick Ewing in this low-scoring start.
Boy, is Kiki Vandeweghe overplaying Newman.
Newman with a good crossover dribble, slapped off the board by Ewing. Firing it up the floor, and there's Oakley giving it away. Rex Chapman for Reed, who travels.
It's very dangerous when you throw a pass to a man running away from the ball. Oakley has got to discipline himself and be aware. Well, Newman certainly beat Vandeweghe, but the stopper, Patrick Ewing, came in to end the play.
John, you want a couple of fun stats? How about 12.5 shooting percentage for Charlotte, 28% for the Knicks? Johnny Newman deflected the Ewing pass. The Knicks last year 45-37, down from 52-30 2 seasons ago. Jackson spinning, and you see the Knicks really trying to work Muggsy Bogues down low.
Very important that Jackson get the ball quickly before he gets into a shoving contest with Bogues, and they did it on that play.
47-year-old Gene Littles, 5 years with the Carolina Cougars in the ABA, and of course that's part of the reason that he was popular and brought back here. Spent a year with the Chicago Bulls and was the head coach at Cleveland for 15 games, and he was there total 4 years as an assistant.
Very well-liked guy, known for his rapport with the players. Also liked by Tom Nasolke, his assistant coach. Nasolke, as a head coach, had Littles working for him in Cleveland.
Armin Gilliam, acquired last season by Charlotte for Kurt Rambis in the trade with the Phoenix Suns. Both teams, I think, are pretty happy at the deal.
Well, Phoenix was elated. I think that Gilliam's scoring, which is evident, he can do it, is fine, but they would like to see more rebounding and better defense out of Gilliam. They miss in that department.
Ewing loses the handle again. Out comes Rex Chapman. Knicks with a 4-point lead, 8-4. Jackson can't get by the pick. I think the pick by Armin Gilliam was in motion, and it was an offensive foul. It is Armin Gilliam. He was moving on the pick. 8-4 Knicks. Back in a moment.
We've never seen this before, is restarting a season. How do
barbershop to talk about basketball?
Amazing place to watch games, great atmosphere.
This barbershop is only Knicks fans. Anytime that it's a game, everybody come here to enjoy the game. All the basketball players, they used to come here just to chill.
Go, New York, go, New York, go.
I always like art. And when I came here, everybody want to have like a little design. So I put that together. Art with the skills to go ahead.
Woo! Knicks, numero uno. Thank you, Freddie.
A long time ago in a place called Lewiston, Muhammad Ali threw a phantom punch at Sonny Liston. Next Friday at 8, there's more Fight Night action as the boxing tradition of Lewiston, Maine continues here on MSG. Friday at 8.
I remember sitting in my radio listening to that fight.
What did the announcer say? Did anybody see that punch?
That was shocking.
Kelly Tripucka in the game for the Hornets. Kendall Gill, and also into the game is Del Curry. So a little bit more outside shooting, maybe a little shooting at all. as Gene Little searches for something that'll help the Hornets fill the hoop.
Patrick Ewing's presence is determining this first quarter from the defensive end very clearly. He is mystifying the offensive motion of Charlotte.
Vandeweghe fakes Tripucka, goes to the hoop, and the ball drops in, and it will count on the continuation.
Boy, I haven't seen that move from Kiki Vandeweghe, using the spin effect so clearly. And what an effect it had on that shot. A lot of obstacles there. It's amazing he got that shot off without being blocked.
You know, it's interesting, John, on that replay, you saw it for a brief second. Ewing sets the pick. As Vandeweghe goes to the hoop, he steps out of the pick, but it almost works because Tripucka slows down, and then Ewing's at the baseline waiting for the pass, which he often gets from Vandeweghe. So they're learning to move. Kendall Gill, his first 2 points in the NBA. The rookie out of Illinois. Patrick Ewing with another finger roll. The Knicks 27, the Hornets 12 with 97 seconds to go in the quarter.
Gill at 6'5" handles the ball quite well.
Del Curry way off the mark. Tripucka follows, and it'll count. Foul on Patrick Ewing.
Well, if you just go to the board, sometimes things get lucky. And Tripucka does just that. He's in great position. Got the big man behind him. But with the position, he wins the battle. And Kelly Tripucka very happy to be on the floor right now.
Tripucka lost his starting job 5 games into the preseason. This is a city he loves. Remember the tear-filled pledge to the fans that the team would improve and that they shouldn't boo all the time a year ago? Wilkins from way out.
Gerald has been working on that arch. Really needed it then. He was under pressure.
Cheeks almost with his trademark steal. Kendall Gill. The inside to Dave Hoppin. Hoppin in the middle for the Charlotte Hornets. Big changes in the lineup. None of the starters are out there right now for the Charlotte Hornets. Brian Quinnett is in there for the Knicks. Up front with Eddie Lee Wilkins and Charles Oakley. Gerald Wilkins gives the Knicks a 31-17 lead. Kendall Gill across the midcourt line.
Fact of the matter is Charlotte may have a better group of guys out there now.
Gaddison misses the dunk. Wilkins whirls, spins, goes right to the hoop. And that's the Gerald that the Knicks would love to see every night.
Gerald is having a very big first quarter.
Wilkins with 8 points. Kendall Gill guarded by Wilkins. Eddie Lee Wilkins on Dave Hoppin. Tripucka uses the pick down low, gets free, and nails it. 11.2 seconds to go. The fans come to life, but the Knicks still lead by 14. And the clock runs out on Maurice Cheeks and the Knicks. Well, the end of one quarter here at the Coliseum in Charlotte. The New York Knicks 33 and the Charlotte Hornets 19. Bad shooting first quarter.
When you fall and can't get help.
$1 to put on this pregame show. What did they get for their money, John?
Well, they got 200 performers, including a 100-person live choir. Unbelievable display of pyrotechnics, magic basketballs that grace the floor and dribble themselves. 2 flaming saxophonists. And, of course, the world's best lariat artist for the last 2 years, among other things. It was just an incredible show out here. Giant dancing basketball puppets, etc.
I think it's exactly the way Walter Kennedy and Larry O'Brien envisioned the NBA, don't you? Well, everything has gone off the floor as we move into the second quarter here in Charlotte. Sellout crowd, 23,901. And Mo Cheeks gives the Knicks an even bigger lead with the first 2 points of the second quarter. Kendall Gill brings it across on Mo Cheeks.
Cheeks looks sharp. He hit that shot a little too late at the end of the quarter and then comes out and hits another one right away.
Tripucka turns and fires the running jump shot. 35-21. Jackson on the quick transition.
Now Knicks going with Jackson and Cheeks out here. Interesting to see the 2 point guards working together now.
Trent Tucker with the bruised heel back in New York. Jackson spinning on Del Curry. A little too hard off the glass, and Gerard Mustaf, who starts the second quarter for the Knicks, comes down, but a whistle stops play. And Mustaf has his first NBA foul.
Good foul, though. Early in his career now, he was labeled as soft, and any kind of foul he can get on the offensive boards is a good one. It shows he's not soft. He's willing to bang.
Brian Quinnett also out there for the Knicks. Kenny Walker, his injured knee preventing him from even practicing yet after injuring it in the season-beginning McDonald's Open in Spain. It's Mustaf and Quinnett should play a significant role in this game. Off the fingertips of Wilkins, but tipped by Dave Hoppen. And the Knicks will keep it. Haven't seen a lot of Gerard Mustaf, John, and it's going to be really interesting to see how quickly what the Knicks feel would have been a lottery pick next year develops, and there he is.
How about that? Under pressure. Very good range jump shot. 16-footer by Mustaf.
At 6'10", he can do that consistently. That is a very big option that the Knicks will have offensively. A whistle underneath.
Stu Jackson has to be delighted with the defensive work of his team here in the first half. They're challenging everything. They're up tightly on their men.
The first NBA basket by Gerard Mustaf.
He had a hand in his face also.
He played in 4 preseason games, shot 9 for 22, and missed 4 with a strained groin. Meanwhile, for the Charlotte Hornets, Dave Hoppen, the 4th-year NBA player out of Nebraska, hits the first, and it's 37-22. Hoppen, by the way, John, played for Benson High School in Omaha. You know what the nickname of the Benson High School team is?
No.
The Bunnies. Can you believe they did that to those guys? The Bunnies.
Can't imagine that on a team jacket, right? The 6,
it really sounds tough, huh? The Brian Quinnett pass is deflected and picked off. Kendall Gill guarded by Jackson. Now Tripucka, quick pass inside, and a good look to Garrison. Back come the Knicks.
Stu Jackson going with a very inexperienced front line here with Mustaf and Quinnett.
Wilkins following the Quinnett miss and the running right-handed hook. Quick transition. Del Curry around Mark Jackson.
What a gorgeous move. Right hand to left hand.
Jackson back the other way as the pace of this one picks up. Mustaf inside, but a foul. Eddie Lee Wilkins tangling with Kelly Tripucka.
Foul is on Dave Hoppen, his first.
Hoppen gets the foul, his first.
Knicks trying to get some more motion in their offense now, racing that ball up court. Naturally, with Cheeks out there, they can do it.
First team foul against the Hornets. Cheeks using the Wilkins pick. And the high arcing shot is off. Gill for Curry. Curry thought it was a three-pointer. And a 20-second timeout is called by the Knicks. 39-30, the Hornets have eased to within 9. Did they give him 3 or not, John?
I don't think so, Al.
It's difficult to tell. We'll be able to see it here.
Well, it looks it there.
And he put his hands up. I think they did give him the 3.
Looked like he had it there, certainly. Meanwhile, Gene Little, as mentioned a few moments ago, I believe has a better team on the floor with his second unit than he had with his first unit. Tripucka is right into it. Has had an excellent debut here tonight.
So they've given the three-pointer to Del Curry, who had his best year in the NBA with 1,000 points last year. By the way, Curry led the Hornets in three-point attempts and made 35% of them, and he's, with that three-pointer, brought the Hornets to within 9.
Stu Jackson is not panicking, staying with the same crew.
Jackson and Cheeks at the guards. Mustaf, Wilkins, and Quinnett up front. A very unique lineup for the Knicks, to say the least. Wilkins, and it counts.
What a difficult shot.
Foul on Eddie Hoppin.
Soft pass in from Quinnett. Eddie Wilkins going away from the 6'11" arms of Dave Hoppin.
Hoppin is called for his second foul. That is the second team foul against the Hornets. Eddie Lee Wilkins completes the three-point play. He had 3 double-figure point games in the preseason, a preseason in which he sweated a lot and worked pretty hard. Knicks 42, Hornets 30. Tripucka across to Curry, slides away from Cheeks. Kendall Gill. Unlike what the Hornets had to do because of their lack of talent with J.R. Reed, they've been able to use Kendall Gill a little bit more easily into the lineup. That could help him out a lot. And a traveling call against the Knicks underneath.
It could also make a couple of people expendable. Del Curry is one guy who it was thought might be expendable. He's an excellent shooter. He's doing well here tonight. But in addition to him, Rex Chapman could be expendable. Those are 3 number 2 guards, 3 shooting guards, and a team doesn't need 3 of those types. So it could show early this season, depending on Gill's development, and they have committed to him in a big way. Perhaps Curry or Chapman could go.
The Hornets started off in the preseason 4-0, wound up 5-3. Cheeks falls down as Kendall Gill brings the ball to the opposite side. Tripucka is fouled.
Tripucka is showing his hunger and desire to play.
Very much so.
It was made clear when they got Newman and Newman started doing well. Kelly can't hold his feelings in, as people have heard down here. I want to play. If I'm not going to be on the court, be valuable to this team, I want to go elsewhere. He's in his 10th season now.
Nice defensive flick by Gerard Bustov underneath. Cheeks pushes it up the floor for Jackson. Ryan Quinnett.
Oh, that's a confident Quinnett. You never saw that kind of quick motion to the hoop last year by him.
That's the word he says is the biggest difference in his play this year. The confidence that he feels a part of the team. Tripucka fires up another one. The follow by Gaddison. Curry underneath. Still another chance. And it counts. Hard work on the offensive boards by the Hornets pays off.
There was a goaltending call against the Knicks. And Curry gets credit for the basket.
It is 44-34. Knicks by 10. Quinnett guarded by Tripucka. Bustov way outside. Knicks doing a lot of movement on offense. Ewing. Nobody on the opposite side for the rebound, and out comes Tripucka. Curry. He's hot.
He's a beautiful shooter. You can see how much time he needs to release that ball, like a split second.
He was once a pitcher drafted by the Baltimore Orioles. Suffice it to say he is throwing them in the strike zone so far in this game. 7 minutes to go in the half. Knicks lead it by 8. Once again, the crowd, a sellout, turns up the volume a notch. Quinnett from way outside. He's 2 for 3.
How about that?
Quinnett from long range. Tripucka, nice look for Kendall Gill. 6 points for Gill.
Boy, it's rare to see Cheeks get beaten like that. He lost control of Gill.
Ewing. Look at all the big men hitting from outside for the Knicks. 48-38. 6:15 to go in the half. J.R. Reed. Fronts Ewing. Gill. He's having a heck of a debut.
Nice passing by Charlotte.
A difficult contract negotiation is paying off on the first night for the Hornets. Cheeks saves it for the Knicks. It goes all the way. Not soft enough off the glass. Curry. A little off balance on the shot. What a difference the pacing of the second quarter to the first, John. Jackson spinning. Gill on the layup. Back for Curry. Sees Gaddison. Fouled by Ewing, and they both go down. Second personal foul on Ewing. And that brings them to their feet here in Charlotte. Patrick St. Gaddison pushed him off with his forearm. There was no such call, and we'll be back.
I became a Knicks fan when I met him. Always watching the games, going to the games, and...
There's 60 hats, 20 varsity jackets. I always wanted this. Over 30 jerseys. Like, nobody's gonna have a Steve Novak jersey. It's like a kid in the candy store. I actually made this jacket as well. 35 pair of Patrick Ewing sneakers. Had to have every pair. I can wear them and just be myself. It's Knicks season 24/7. Now, I'm a social worker by day, and by night, I'm a Knick vigilante.
Back in Charlotte, little Muggsy's doing his thing.
Yes, he creates pace for this team. However, on this move, Mark Jackson was right with him, and Bogues hanging in the air a little too long. And Jackson was all over him, and that led to a Knicks fast break. Take another look at it now. Actually, the fast break after that, Rex Chapman successful working along the baseline.
Muggsy last year for the Hornets had 47 double-figure assist games and holds the team record for 19 assists in one game. Rex Chapman hits both free throws, and the Knicks lead it by 8 once again with 2:02 to go. Pressure by the Hornets in this late stage of the first half. Vandeweghe on the running swoop, followed with power by Patrick Ewing. Oh!
Well, the loyal basketball fans here in Charlotte would drool if one of their guys could make a move like Ewing just showed. What a power move.
16 points for Patrick Ewing. Pressure by Vandeweghe. 10 on the 24. Newman dishes for Chapman. He's off the mark. Hustle by Johnny Newman underneath. This one really took my breath away, John.
Yes, Vandeweghe, long steps, getting that shot up. Ewing takes it off the basket, slams it down, all with one hand.
No, he actually takes the ball after it's come below the rim with the one hand and gets it up. Amazing. Johnny Newman on the free throw. Johnny was on the front page of the local paper today. He is, without a doubt, one of the local celebrities. What has he done with all his newfound money? Well, he took $50,000 and started a Johnny Newman scholarship at Richmond, where he went to school, so that's something good that he did. Knicks lead the Hornets by 8. Vandeweghe pulls it outside for Oakley. Ewing guarded by Reed, and he takes it right at him, pumps it up, and here's Newman with Jackson back. J.R. Reed on the follow.
Meanwhile, the Hornets are only 6 points away.
Wilkins on a good fake to Rex Chapman. Ewing followed by Gerald Wilkins. One of the strongest Knicks in the first half. He has 12. 62-54. A 15-point Knick lead has been chiseled away by the Hornets. Right now it's 8. Chapman, good look, and a cutting J.R. Reed misses the layup. A flying save by Charles Oakley.
Yes, a big play by him.
Ewing the finger roll, and it's an offensive foul. That is the third foul against Patrick Ewing, and it comes with 26 seconds to go in the half.
Well, Mark Jackson led him into that foul. He laid that ball in a position that Ewing had to get it. But Jackson should have sensed the defensive obstacle that Ewing might have faced.
Stu Jackson taking no chances and pulling Patrick Ewing now for the last rotation of the 24-second clock. Knicks by 8. And now Muggsy starts things. Stolen away. Badly handled by the Hornets. Over-the-shoulder pass is almost taken by Muggsy Bogues. Gene Littles and the Hornets want the call. They don't get it.
Kiki Vandeweghe has shown a big commitment defensively tonight. He denied Newman that pass, which resulted in that steal and turnover by Charlotte.
The Knicks have 1.5 seconds. The turnaround by Jackson almost falls. As the buzzer sounds to end an up and down first half on opening night in the NBA. The New York Knickerbockers, once led by 15 points at the half, they're looking at an 8-point lead, 62-54.
We asked players what they did when they hit big on Betfair.
Knicks get set to move into the second half here. Al Trautwig in for Marv Albert along with John Andres. John, the Knicks led by 15. The lead is down to 5. The Hornets really held the edge in that second quarter. What do you think is going to change here?
Well, if they can run, the Hornets, that is, they will be effective. They excelled in that department when they were able to run, but they've got to rebound in order to do that. Now, they played a superior team on the boards very tightly in the first half, actually had one more rebound.
Charles Oakley with a vicious rebound, and the Knicks bring it back. Oakley and Ewing tied in the first half of the rebounding department with 6. And Patrick is 8 for 10, 18 points. Rex Chapman for Johnny Newman. Vandeweghe right with him. Gilliam gets around Patrick, who's playing with 3 personal fouls.
Best thing Charlotte can do is isolate Ewing.
Kiki finds the range. He has 8 points.
Kiki vocal on the way back, claiming he was fouled.
One of the notable points of the play in the first half was the defense turned in by Kiki Vandeweghe. Muggsy Bogues off the front of the rim, and Oakley can't save it. And off his fingertips.
Yes, Vandeweghe worked very hard defensively. Gave Johnny Newman tons of respect, playing him without the ball. Man can't hurt you if he doesn't have his hands on the ball.
Newman on the inbound. And he calls a timeout. The defense of the Knicks shutting off all channels for Johnny Newman. A 20-second timeout. 10:31 to go in the third, and the Knicks leading the Hornets by 10. You know, this game started off with such a cold shooting number for both teams, and then quickly, boy, that accelerated. Unfortunately, Vandeweghe and Newman were not really part of that offensive acceleration.
Well, Vandeweghe just picking up a basket now, but Newman did not get off to a good start, nor did his team shooting the ball, and that's Johnny Newman's game. And this is going to be a very difficult spot for him, despite the early enthusiasm in his direction, because this is not a good rebounding team, and Johnny Newman has to be in a running situation for him to be effective.
John, you and I were talking earlier. It's my feeling that Johnny's going to really live to regret the day that the Hornets painted him as the savior they stole away from the Knicks. I just don't think he can carry a team. He can be a contributor, but as far as carrying a team, as Rex Chapman slams one in, Knicks by 8.
Oh, that's an exciting move by Chapman, slamming that ball with Ewing standing there.
Mark Jackson eludes Muggsy Bogues and gets the call underneath, or is it an offensive foul? No.
That was Armand Gilliam.
Armand Gilliam gets the foul.
Team first.
Mark Jackson will get a chance at a 3-point play.
Jackson continuing his sharp play here in this game, his sharp play of the exhibition season. Beautiful drive by him, picking his way through the defense.
Mark Jackson with 14 points, second leading scorer on the Knicks, who have 3 in double figures. Gerald Wilkins is the third with Ewing. Gilliam swatted away by Patrick. Oakley behind the back.
Jackson also has 5 assists thus far in the game.
Ewing over the outstretched hand of J.R. Reed. Patrick Ewing now 9 of 11 and 20 points. 9:40 to go in the third. Knicks lead it by 13. Chapman rebounded by Gilliam. Bounces off Patrick Ewing a couple of times.
That's Gilliam's game, in close at 6'9". And
John, I'm sorry.
The width he has, he's tough.
Here's Gene Littles watching his starters allow the Knicks to increase their lead again. You wonder how long he's going to go compared to the first quarter he allowed them in the first half.
Oh, Beautiful give and go. Ewing and Jackson with a difficult shot, executed perfectly.
Lead is 13 again. Chapman double teamed by Wilkins and Vandeweghe. Patrick in on the rebound, but they'll call a loose ball foul against the Charlotte Hornets.
Didn't take long for Gene Littles to recognize Kendall Gill's value. First man he goes to now in the second half, replacing Bogues.
Kendall Gill back into the lineup for the Charlotte Hornets. Gill had a great first NBA half, shooting 4 of 5, 8 points, 2 rebounds. He did a little bit of everything. Vandeweghe very active in driving to the hoop.
Oh, what extension he has.
Knicks by 15. Gene Littles is going to go to the bench. Chapman in for Reed, deflected by Oakley. And checking in is number 44, Kenny Gaddis. Last 3.5 minutes, the Knicks have outscored Charlotte 13-4. Newman on the inbound for Gill. Gaddison just did get it over Patrick Ewing.
Gaddison at 6'8" extends very well. He led this team in blocked shots in preseason play.
Oakley hammers one off the back of the rim. Kendall Gill. He's doing a little bit of everything, as I just said. How long do you think it'll be before he's starting for this team?
Not very long, Al. He looks mature and total control. He handles the ball well, and he's 6'5". And when they talk about him, which is odd for a rookie his size, they start with his defensive skills. The coaching staff is very impressed with his defense.
Ewing. And Gilliam fights hard for the rebound. He has 7 rebounds now to lead the way for Charlotte. Newman to the hoop on the reverse. He's got it. Well, Knicks fans are used to that sort of a move from Johnny Newman.
Nicely done.
Newman with 6.
Even Ewing can't block those when you go underneath, as Newman did.
Now the Knicks try to clear something out. It is Vandeweghe on the Statue of Liberty that is deflected and drops in.
Basket is good.
Now that's the kind of move, or break I should say, that Vandeweghe wouldn't have gotten once last year. But he's in stride now. He's in shape. He's confident, and he got a good break on that move and a strong drive. He picks up acceleration here. Ball is rejected lightly. Newman at the other end a few moments ago with a nice drive underneath the basket, beating Oakley and Ewing.
Back live, Vandeweghe completed the 3-point play. He has 13, and the Knicks lead is back up to 12. Kiki Vandeweghe outscoring Johnny Newman 13-6. Gilliam on the spin, way short. Mark Jackson through traffic. Vandeweghe cutting to the hoop on the break, and he traveled. Tough pass by Jackson as far as timing was concerned for where Vandeweghe was on the floor. Timeout on the floor in North Carolina. Knicks lead it by 12, and Stu Jackson's got to like that.
Pain, swelling, stiffness. When you
I don't think Hugo's act would be quite as effective. He beat up on that rim pretty well. Turns out it's his team's rim, so I'm sure Stu Jackson wasn't that concerned.
Gerard Mustaf back into the game for the Knicks, so we'll get another look at him. Patrick Ewing and Gerald Wilkins team up on the block underneath, and Armin Gilliam is really hammered. I think the foul might be on Ewing.
See, that's the kind of move that Gill just made that you don't see Chapman make that much. Kendall Gill under pressure, gives the ball up, finds the open man when the defenders crush him. And we've seen Chapman time and again in a move like that force the shot.
4th foul in the game for Patrick Ewing as Armin Gilliam hits the first. Knicks by 10. And it'll stay at 10. So it's Gerard Mustaf wearing the ever-popular number 32 with Brian Quinnett up front and Patrick Ewing in the middle. Mo Cheeks and Gerald Wilkins at the guards.
Knicks through 3 quarters still shooting at 60%.
Cheeks lets it go. And it drops. Something I think many Knicks fans wished he'd do more of. Kendall Gill, blocked by Ewing. Score the goal, goaltending. Kendall Gill now has 16 points in his NBA debut.
7 out of 10 from the field. Al, through 3 quarters, Gill has 8 assists as well. And he leads the game in that department.
We came here expecting to see the Johnny Newman, Kiki Vandeweghe showdown. What we've seen is the Kendall Gill debut. What a look by Gerard Mustaf on the finger roll, driving to the hoop.
That was Patrick Ewing's 4th assist.
They clear it out for Gilliam on Ewing. Gerald Wilkins comes over to help out. Curry fires, and it's a three-pointer. $99 for the Knicks, 90 for the Hornets, 10:30 to go.
That's his 2nd one of the game.
He led the team in three-point accuracy a year ago, and Curry, off the bench, has 15 points.
Gerald Wilkins hitting again.
And a whistle. I believe it'll be called on Gerard Mustaf. I asked Mustaf, John, what he thought of all the media attention, New York, all that stuff, and he said it was tougher in College Park. I thought that was rather surprising. Makes me want to go down to College Park and see how tough it really is.
Either that or he's pulling your leg out.
I don't know.
Actually, though, his debut has been pretty quiet here. Not much has been said. And I think it's to his benefit as well. There's no great expectations as Gilliam drives successfully to the hoop. And this crowd is starting to believe now. Normally, this is not Gilliam's move, putting the ball on the floor.
No shortage of effort from Armin Gilliam. He shot 69% from the floor in the preseason for Charlotte, taking the good percentage shot, battling, hitting the boards underneath. 101 for the Knicks. That's 9 points better than Charlotte. Gerald Wilkins dropping it off for Patrick Ewing. Good ball movement by the Knicks. Eyes open all over the floor.
Coaches love decisions like Wilkins just made. Sound decision, and Ewing finished it with a beautiful move.
Tripucka driving on Quinnett, and they'll call a foul out of the second-year man from Washington State, Brian Quinnett. Ewing leading the way for the Knicks with 26 points and 9 rebounds. 19 points for Gerald Wilkins on 9 of 13 shooting. 16 points for Mark Jackson, who currently is on the bench. 13 for Kiki Vandeweghe, 10 for Mo Cheeks. 5 Knicks in double figures as Kelly Tripucka hits the first. Vandeweghe off the bench for New York as Quinnett sits. Tripucka making a little bit of a "how about me" over Johnny Newman statement.
He's backing it up too.
Mustaf, what a pass for Wilkins, who streaked along the baseline.
Nice recovery by Curry and made what he felt was a clean block on Gerald Wilkins.
Foul is on Del Curry. His second, team's first. Gerald Wilkins.
Gerald to shoot 2. $20 points for Gerald Wilkins. The Knicks with their Madison Square Garden premiere tomorrow night at the Garden against the Boston Celtics. We'll get a look at another highly touted rookie in Dee Brown of the Celtics, who is supposed to increase the speed of that Celtic lineup by a tremendous degree.
All reports are that the man is a blur on the court.
Gilliam guarded by Ewing. And a zone is called against the New York Knicks. That's their first, so that's a warning. Kelly Tripucka will inbound now. 8:58 to go. The Knicks 105, the Hornets 94.
I wonder if Gene Littles will bring back his very impressive rookie, Kendall Gill.
And the Knicks are called for the zone again. The illegal defense will result in a technical against New York. And it will be shot by Del Curry. And Patrick Ewing is explaining the facts of NBA defensive life to Gerard Mustaf now at the top of the key.
You rarely see Ewing in a role like that, verbal on the court with one of his teammates. Nicely done by him, though. It was done in a very constructive manner.
Knicks by 10. Charlotte keeps possession of the ball. J.R. Reed gets around Mustaf and is met by Patrick Ewing, who will be called, I believe, for his 5th personal foul.
Foul is on Patrick Ewing. His 5th.
With lots of time left. J.R. Reed with a very tough move. I mean, must have had the position, certainly favoring him, but he encountered a man this size, 6'9", who moves very well. That's one example of how effective J.R. Reed will be one day when he can play the forward position. Puts the ball on the floor well, and he has quick feet.
Oakley replaces Patrick Ewing. And the Knicks are in a very good situation here, is that they don't have to worry about who to put really at center, because everybody up front for Charlotte is, as John's been saying the whole game, are really just big forwards, Reed and Gilliam. So Mustaf stays in with Oakley and Vanderweg.
The only problem now is J.R. Reed becomes the dominant guy out there. As long as he doesn't have to deal with Ewing, he's going to be happy.
105 to 97. The crowd sensing something here with Ewing on the bench. Wilkins guarded tightly by Curry, whirling and spinning, and fouled on the play.
Foul's on Armin Gilliam.
Armin Gilliam called on the foul, and now he has 5 for Charlotte.
In the game for the Hornets is Rex Chapman, and for the Knicks, Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson back into the lineup for the Knicks. Mo Cheeks back to the bench. Cheeks with 10 points. Looked fine. Gerald Wilkins, who has done little wrong in this game, misses the first.
Stu Jackson showing a lot of confidence now in Mustaf, the rookie, instead of going with Stuart Gray as a backup center, or Eddie Wilkins for that matter.
J.R. Reed working on Oakley. Slithers by him. He got Oakley up in the air. 7-point Knick lead. 8 minutes to go. Knicks not moving as well without the ball. Now Vanderweg cuts through. And Wilkins throws it away. The lead is 5.
New York is the canary in the coal mine. What happens to New York is going to wind up happening in your city.
24,101 are watching the Hornets try to come back.
Moments ago, Mark Jackson came over to help Ewing, made J.R. Reed give it up. Key help, and it denied them a shot at the basket from their primary offensive threat. Ewing with the rebound, very key defensive team play.
I don't think Gilliam took as much advantage of that mismatch that resulted as he might have.
Knicks went down then, and Ewing hit that jump shot. The Knicks now enjoying a 5-point lead with 3:50 to go.
Knicks started out the fourth quarter leading by 11. In the game, they've led by as much as 15. The Hornets go back into Reed. And he answers again. 6 important points in the last 2 minutes by J.R. Reed against Patrick Ewing in foul trouble. Wilkins. Outside, the Knicks can't do anything right.
Not a good shot. Too far. Knicks couldn't.
Oh, what a pass by Muggsy Bogues. As good a pass on the run as you'll ever see. Knicks lead is down to 1. 3 minutes to go. Knicks keep it. The Hornets didn't think so. Great atmosphere here in this building right now.
Knicks need poise. They want to go to Ewing, but someone else has to rise.
This is the closest the Hornets have been since the score was 3-2. Wilkins. Ewing as the 24-second clock expired. Muggsy Bogues. Rex Chapman. Charlotte leads.
Now he was 3 for 13 before he took that shot.
When you fall and can't get help, you will lie on the floor for
I always loved the Stark Stone. Growing up, he would always make me watch replays and talking about it. So I took my creative way to join in the fun, and I would paint. I'm taking something iconic or nostalgic or legendary and putting my own spin on it. It's almost like a time machine. I want them to be taken back to that specific time, and I want them to stop and look at it and say, wow, that's awesome. Being able to paint these moments and the players, it makes it just really fun for me.
Now in his second season, J.R. Reed enjoying the benefit of all the playing time he got in his rookie season. 33 minutes plus a game, and J.R. Reed has emerged to kill the Knicks here in the fourth quarter with 12 points. Johnny Newman with a lot of patience gave that ball up, and Reed hit a key jump shot moments ago. This Coliseum has exploded, and Rex Chapman, who's had a horrible night from the field, a horrible preseason from the field, just hit a bomb that put his team ahead by 2 points.
It is the first time that the Charlotte Hornets have led in the game. J.R. Reed leads the Hornets with 20. Armin Gilliam, who has 5 fouls, has 19. 16 apiece for Gill, who's on the bench, and Del Curry. Mark Jackson still out there for the Knicks, who has 18 in the game, and Ewing, who has 30, drives and is fouled.
The Knicks are so fortunate to have Ewing to go to, but yet it's sad that they can't get offensive play, good offensive play, from anyone else at a crucial moment in a game.
One of the things that everybody says the Knicks need is a consistent outside shooter. It could wind up being Vandeweghe as this season plays on, but here they are at a time when they need that go-to outside guy. Patrick Ewing misses. Ewing from the floor in the game, 13 of 18, 10 rebounds, 31 points. So the Knicks now trail by 1. They've led the whole way. J.R. Reed, tipped by Ewing. Out comes Jackson. It falls. It hit the top of the backboard and came in.
Incredible shot by Gerald Wilkins.
It will count.
Ewing got a piece of it. Jackson pushed it up. Wilkins had Oakley. I thought he could have passed to Oakley, but he had so much momentum, I guess he couldn't get it together to deliver a pass.
Gerald Wilkins will shoot 1.
Wilkins is flying now, and he makes an unbelievable shot.
What you couldn't see just at the top of the screen was how precariously that ball hit the top of the backboard. Wilkins completes the three-point play, and the Knicks have the lead again. It is 2 points. 1:50 to go in the game in regulation time. Johnny Newman, guarded by Vandeweghe, using the pick from Gilliam, and Newman Newman hits an important hoop.
Boy, he always thought of himself as a big game player, and he showed it on that shot.
116 for everybody. Ewing. I don't know if that's the shot the Knicks wanted.
Jackson
picked
on
off.
the steal.
Oakley double teamed and almost picked off by Bogues. But a whistle.
The Knicks are not getting good quality shots. It's interesting that Stu Jackson is not going with Cheeks these last few minutes, the veteran. But he got results from Gerald Wilkins on that last three-point play, and Jackson has played well.
And the man Jackson stole it from at that important moment was Johnny Newman. Oakley gives the Knicks a 117 to 116 lead. (118, 116). Timeout on the floor, Charlotte. Well, the next 79 seconds should be interesting.
Yes, the Knicks have lost their last 5 opening night games, but it's interesting what Charlotte has done. This is their 3rd season, their 3rd opener here. 2 years ago, they had an opening night when they lost by 40 points to Cleveland. Last year, they lost to the Bullets by 20. They've averaged a 30-point loss in their opening nights thus far.
It's the new Yugo. 79 seconds to go in regulation. The Knicks have eased in front 118 to 116. Clipping a little bit of the awesome momentum that the Hornets held, and a foul on the drive by Rex Chapman. Whistled was Gerald Wilkins.
Well,
his 3rd.
Coach never likes to see a player give up the baseline. Chapman got that done with Gerald Wilkins. Again, it's amazing. This guy's come through. Boy, Gene Littles was clairvoyant. He had Kendall Gill, who's played a great game for a rookie, and he's been out for at least the last 6-7 minutes or more.
Really strange, though, John, that Kendall Gill was not in at all in the last, 10, 12, 13, 14 minutes.
Chapman's delivered.
118, 117. The Knicks now have a 1-point lead. Pressure, as you see, by the Hornets. And Mark Jackson turns it over.
The Knicks have had 3 key turnovers in the 4th quarter. 2 from Wilkins, 1 from Mark Jackson now. And that's your backcourt. And there's Maurice Cheeks, one of the great guards in the NBA, on the bench.
60 seconds to go. Knicks by 1. Bogues for Chapman. He's not bashful. Patrick Ewing with the big rebound. Mark Jackson screaming out. Trying to get his team a little spirited now with 40 seconds to go. Long-range shooting completely vacated the Knicks in the last 6-7 minutes. Jackson on the drive and fouled in so doing.
Foul is on Johnny Newman. That's his 5th.
Johnny Newman's 5th personal foul.
Mark Jackson will shoot 2.
Knicks are getting the opportunities now at the line. They've made 72% from the line tonight.
Jackson makes it 119, 117 with 30.9 seconds to go. And in the game, that gives Mark 18 points. Make it 20 points. 19 on the first, 20 on the second. And a timeout on the floor with 30.9 to go.
Jackson and Oakley answering the call now in closing dramatic fashion here at the line. Oakley made his 2 moments ago.
Patrick Ewing continues to play with 5 personal fouls. He has shot 13 of 19 from the floor, contributed 11 rebounds and 31 points. This regular season is beginning just like the last one did. Mark Jackson, 7 of 14 from the floor and 20 points on the free throw. Mark was loving it.
Mark back to his vocal expression here. Certainly did the job at the line.
This program, by the way, is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated is prohibited. You look at a Kelly Tripucka who was visibly upset after he was removed from the game by Gene Littles. And I think Gene is only going to begin to get a taste of what rotating all those guards he has is going to be in terms of a challenge and the problems that that'll create.
Well, they have a lot of strength now at that position. So between Johnny Newman and Del Curry and Kelly Tripucka, they know they can shoot the basketball. And there's going to be unhappy people.
And you know, Johnny Newman must have had a dream about how he wanted tonight to go. And really, none of it came true for him against his old team.
Well, the game went away from Johnny Newman. It's not that he played that poorly. It's just that it didn't happen in his area. And I'm sure that was his complaint as a member of the Knicks.
Del Curry, Rex Chapman, Johnny Newman, J.R. Reed, and Armin Gilliam against Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley, Gerald Wilkins, Kiki Vandeweghe, and Charles Oakley. Gilliam drives on Ewing, who bravely stays in there with the 5 fouls. And now a whistle is called against J.R. Reed as Charles Oakley protected the rebound. 17.9 to go, and the Knicks trying to increase a 3-point lead.
Ewing took a shot in the jaw, as you can see him reacting. I think Mark Jackson almost hurt him as well with a high 5 on that rebound by Oakley. It's like, no, don't swing your hand so hard. That was the expression he had.
How do they list that on the press notes? Injury, high 5 bruise. 17.9 seconds to go. The Knicks can really complicate the Hornets' life for that amount of time if Charles can hit these.
Instead, they're going to complicate their own life now.
Some have started for the exits here at the Coliseum. Oakley hits the second, and it was a big one. The Knicks lead is 4. And a timeout has been called on the floor. Some sort of a dispute between Stu Jackson and the officials. Can't be anything major. 121, 117, 17 seconds to go.
Well, the Hornets have used their timeouts, and they also have 3-point shooters on the floor now with Johnny Newman, Del Curry, and Rex Chapman. If a 3-point shot is taken and the man gets fouled, that's 4 points, and that's the lead right now the Knicks enjoy. They've got to be careful.
Johnny Newman will inbound. Standing in front of him with the arm waving is Charles Oakley. Newman for Muggsy Bogues. 15 seconds to go. Bogues goes all the way. Out for Newman. For Del Curry. He drills it.
Perfectly executed.
And unselfishly handled by Johnny Newman. They knew that Curry was their best 3-point shooter. They went to him, and he answered.
Boy, that was a beautiful play with the little guy penetrating and then giving it up.
I got this mountain bike for only $11.
DealDash.com, the fair and honest.
Use good sense when you drink. Know when to say when. A reminder from Budweiser.
A game that has featured many a Knick lead of the large variety has really come down to be a close one. Watch how the Hornets execute this play to get a 3-pointer that they needed desperately.
Bogues goes right around Mark Jackson, draws the attention, and successfully delivers the ball to Newman, who gets it over to Curry, and he hits his 3rd 3-point shot of the game. And the Hornets have put themselves in position to win the game.
And now with 10.2 seconds to go, Mo Cheeks is inserted into the lineup by Stu Jackson. Vandeweghe in for Ewing, and he is quickly fouled by J.R. Reed. Reed's 3rd. 121, Hornets 120. Time on the clock, 8.6. Patrick's been a little chilly from the line in the second half. 5 for 8 in the game. Following a season in which he set a personal best at 77.5%. This preseason, he shot only 65% from the line. So much for the numbers. Knicks by 2.
Stu Jackson going with Cheeks a moment ago has left him in now. Charlotte with no timeouts is going to get that ball into Bogues' hands, and I'm sure Stu Jackson expects Cheeks to stay with the little man.
Here go the Hornets with a chance to tie. They look for Curry. They've got him. Tied with 3.3 to go. 4 3-pointers in the game.
Well, if Del Curry has felt unappreciated as a member of this team and a part of this franchise, that's going to change after tonight's show. Bogues making the good decisions. Finds Curry. And man, does he deliver from the same spot as he did moments earlier. Knicks unable to keep the ball out of the hands of Curry.
Now, John, we talk about the overload in terms of guard talent on this team. You look down the guards who have done it for the Hornets in this game. Rex Chapman, 4 of 15 shooting, but still 12 points and a big hoop down the stretch for him. Kendall Gill, his NBA debut, 16 points. Del Curry, 22. Kelly Tripucka, 14. Here you see that the Hornets have been almost deadly from three-point land, 71%. Del Curry has 4 of those 5. $123-123. I would think with the past history that the Knicks will go to Patrick Ewing.
Well, they'll try certainly as the first outlet, but they also may go to the jump shot, and Kiki Vandeweghe is out there for that purpose. I would think he will be the immediate outlet after they attempt to get the ball to Ewing. And they may try the long lead pass. They're going to try and spread the floor out now to give Ewing a lot of room to receive a pass. Reed has played him physically.
Gerald Wilkins has answered the call in many of these situations for the Knicks.
Vandeweghe may get the return pass.
Vandeweghe for Ewing with Reed. And a jump ball, but the clock never stopped. The clock kept going. That will be fixed. And I think they're in the process. No, wait a minute. Stu Jackson is pleading for them to fix the clock.
They didn't call a jump ball right away, so the clock was moving as soon as someone touched the ball. And until that whistle blew, the clock didn't stop. Watch the official down low. The clock is ticking. Clock is ticking.
Jump ball there with 1.3 or 1.2 seconds to go.
Yes, in excess of a second was missed.
They have not posted 5 minutes. It looks as though they are okay, they are going to restore 1 point something on the clock.
Well, we know that Trent Tucker's watching this game.
Yeah, for Trent, 1/10 of a second, that's all he needs. But the Knicks are going to get more than that. They say it's 1.8 seconds.
1.8 seconds.
That might be a bit on the benevolent side.
That seems generous.
Well, at least you know what the Knicks were thinking. The Knicks were thinking Ewing alley-oop to take advantage of the 3 inches that he has over J.R. Reed. It'll be a jump ball with 1.8 seconds to go. Ewing and Reed. Advantage.
I remember seeing Will Chamberlain tap a ball in a jump ball situation like this. That will not happen, however. Got to put it forward. I can't see him tipping it back.
Ewing tips it, but Newman gets it. Nobody hit the ball on the way up. We're going to overtime on opening night.
When you fall and can't...
Pointers in the last 10 seconds erase a Knick 11-point lead at the start of the fourth quarter, and this is overtime in Charlotte. Armin Gilliam with the tip-in, and the Hornets lead the Knicks by 2.
Why is he inside like that for that tip-in? The Knicks have to sharpen up. They've got to get it from other than Ewing.
Wilkins, offensive foul. Wilkins dangerously on the edge with his protest. The Knicks start off the overtime with Ewing, Oakley, and Vandeweghe up front. Wilkins and Jackson at the guards. Johnny Newman with Muggsy Bogues, J.R. Reed, Del Curry, and Armin Gilliam.
It's a big test for Vandeweghe now. The Knicks need him bad.
That's 2 in a row for Gilliam. Hornets by 4.
Oakley allowed him to get inside of him now twice in a row. Very costly.
Gilliam's point total now an impressive 23. Ewing. He'll shoot 2. John, you know, Al Bianchi has said that he does not believe that the Knick team as presently constituted is good enough to win a championship. He believes they're one player away. Part of that comes from poise under pressure, and at a couple of critical moments down the stretch of that fourth quarter, I thought the Knicks showed bad shot selection. You said, what, 3 key turnovers?
Yes, 2 by Gerald Wilkins, 1 by Mark Jackson. But as costly as they are, and there's certainly indicators of weakness, but they still need big play now out of their forwards, and their forwards have been too quiet.
Armin Gilliam and J.R. Reed have combined for 43 points. The Knicks to within 3. Their free throw shooting is killing them. The Knicks from the line are 29 of 40. Bogues for Gilliam again. Patrick lets him shoot it. Oakley gets the rebound. Charlotte outscoring the Knicks 39-28 in the fourth quarter. Wilkins, good defense by Curry, but they say he committed the foul.
Stu Jackson certainly committing to Mark Jackson in this game. Mark recaptured the starting role as a member of the Knicks the latter part of exhibition play.
Cheeks didn't come back in till 10 seconds were left in regulation.
Right, a defensive move to handle the little guy Bogues. But when we have seen Cheeks on the floor tonight, he has been effective, or he has looked good.
Another free throw miss by the Knickerbockers. Oh my. Hornets lead is 3. Johnny Newman. He may be saving his greatness for the overtime.
He simply dribbled that ball right by Vandeweghe.
Well, the Hornets have grabbed control here. 129-124, 3:22 to go.
Brett Favre, legendary quarterback.
Shooting is really hurting the Knicks on opening night.
That'll drive Stu Jackson and his staff crazy as they review the game. If they had made one more of those 13 misses, they'd be on their way to the airport now. The reaction to a Patrick Ewing miss. It seems all the decisions that the Hornets are making are the right ones.
What a move by Johnny Newman. That first step on Kiki Vandeweghe left Kiki standing still, and Ewing really can't do much as he's playing with 5 personal fouls. Gerald Wilkins with 4. Gilliam and Johnny Newman also have 5 each.
It has been such a long time between field goals for Charles Oakley and Kiki Vandeweghe. And in combination, they just haven't done it offensively or defensively, for that matter.
I don't have it, but I would really love to know the last time the Knicks hit a jumper outside of 15 feet. The Hornets have exploded for a 5-point lead at the start of this overtime. Ewing, strong off the glass, followed powerfully by Wilkins, but a little too much zest. And here comes Charlotte again. Newman spins on Vandeweghe. Bogues is wide open, but so is Curry. And Armin Gilliam has fouled out of the game. He pushed down Patrick Ewing.
Charles Oakley elects to engage Gilliam in conversation, and Gilliam reacts to that. And then realizing that there's nothing but bad news ahead if he stays out there, decides to leave.
Armin Gilliam fouls out with 21 points. We incorrectly had it as 23, so there's a 2-point dispute. We'll check that.
Plus 11 big rebounds. Solid game for Gilliam.
With a lot of good defense and a lot of hustle. 2:49 to go. The Hornets lead the Knicks by 5. Jackson for Oakley, guarded by Kenny Gaddison. In for Ewing. Ewing quite clearly wants the ball here, and he's taking it to the hole for the Knicks. The foul against J.R. Reed. That'll be his 5th personal foul.
Knicks screaming out for good passing. They're not getting it. They're not creating openings for themselves. They're just desperately trying to get the ball to Ewing and hoping he can get a shot up. And it's very difficult for Ewing to do that, but he is at least getting that done.
.36 for Patrick Ewing, and it is a 3-point Charlotte lead. 2.5 minutes to go in overtime number 1. Del Curry, the 2 3-pointers in the last 10 seconds. 4 for the game. Fired by Reed for Gaddison. Tough shot. And an important rebound by Charles Oakley. This is 15th rebound in the game. Go to Ewing again. He's been getting to the hoop, but J.R. Reed's been able to stay with him, and Ewing has not been able to sink those.
They're also tough shots. They're desperation type shots. They're not in the flow of an offense. I think Ewing feels the duty now also to shoot every time. Oh, bad rush shot. Another opportunity for the Knicks.
2 long-range misses now by Del Curry. Jackson for Wilkins. Curry went flying on by. Here's Ewing again. Another tough shot. This time he's got it. 129 to 128. 90 seconds to go. And the Hornets want timeout after they cross the midcourt line with 1:27 to go. Gene Littles and the Hornets want to talk about their 1-point lead.
Brett Favre, legendary
You can see what their offense has been working on the past minute and a half. It's been all Patrick Ewing.
Yes, the Knicks desperately trying to get the ball into their key player. And Gerald Wilkins moving the ball inside to Patrick. Does it. Ewing finally able to get a little room to maneuver. Well, Charlotte had run out of timeouts in regulation play, but now with the overtime, changes the situation as each team is now allowed an additional 3 times out.
Well, there was that certain collection of folks who decided to leave this game when the Knicks led by 4 inside of 30 seconds in regulation. They're sitting outside.
Cheeks back in now
with 1:15 to go.
He's guarding Curry.
Hornets leading it by 1. Cheeks on Curry, Wilkins on Newman, who forces a shot, almost gets it to fall, and it is Knick basketball. Tough shot by Donnie Newman.
Cheeks and Jackson now will work together in the backcourt, along with Gerald Wilkins. 3 guards.
Curry guarding Jackson. J.R. Reed on Patrick Ewing. Newman on Wilkins. Again, the Knicks to Patrick. Blocked by Reed. Followed by Jackson. Rejected by Curry, but a foul underneath.
Well, one thing Hornets, positive for the Knicks has been their ability to deny Charlotte scoring opportunities. Now, they're not certainly beautiful here at the offensive end, but they are continuing to dig it out, and now they're getting their chances at the line.
Jackson from the line, 6 of 9 in the game. A 129. For the second consecutive free throw, Mo Cheeks doesn't look.
That's his way of wishing his teammate good luck. He was looking from the bench before, and it wasn't working out well. So now that he's on the floor, he's turning his back.
The exuberance of Mark Jackson on display again as he has given the Knicks a 130 to 129 lead with 48.8 seconds to go.
I got this mountain bike for only $11.
Deal that.
21st and 22nd points have given the Knicks a lead with 48.8 seconds to go in overtime.
Well, Mark Jackson and company have certainly changed things now in the last several minutes. Jackson making that first free throw, very happy about it, demonstrating his self-confidence there. And that put the Knicks up by 1.
Well, here go the Hornets playing catch-up again. They played catch-up the entire game. With 2:28 to go in regulation time, they took the lead for the first time in the game.
Oakley has certainly quieted J.R. Reed.
Stolen by Cheeks. That's why you have someone like Mo Cheeks in the game at this particular time.
Foul is on Del Curry. That's his fifth.
Cheeks working on the taller Del Curry. Now Curry's got about 3 inches on him, and Cheeks still gets his hands on that ball.
Second steal in the game and the 2068th of his career, best in the history of the NBA.
Long time between shot opportunities for Cheeks, and at this crucial moment he makes his first.
And of all times for Gene Littles to bring the rookie Kendall Gill back in the game.
Save us, Kendall.
He made such an important mark on the game. Fourth quarter, he sat the pine. Now he's back with 39.1 seconds to go in the overtime, and the Knicks leading by 3.
How about Cheeks?
And Del Curry, who saved the game for them, is on the bench. Gill. Rebound saved by Oakley, and Mark Jackson is there to help. How do you figure this, John? How do you figure Gene Little's taking the guy who saved the game with the 2 3-pointers and pulling him?
I think that Curry is not a man who puts the ball on the floor that well and goes to the basket. And I think with Gill, he's got a player out there who can hit as well as put the ball on the floor. I think that's his judgment, plus a little more size with Gill.
Well, here comes Curry back into the game, so the mystery didn't last very long. Kenny Gaddison is pulled by Gene Littles.
In the game for Charlotte, Johnny Newman.
Seconds to go. It's still a 3-point lead. The free throw line still killing the Knicks. Muggsy for Newman. Driving. Foul before the shot. With 8.1 seconds to go, did the Hornets want a 3?
Johnny Newman doing what he does best, and that is drive to the basket.
That's his fourth.
I don't know, John.
First in the last 2 minutes.
I think before, Johnny Newman was unselfish, passed the ball to Curry, hit the 3 that helped the Hornets in regulation. Right there. I want a 3-pointer. And now Newman compounds it by missing the first.
Well, Newman hasn't attempted one all night. Now
it's a 2-point game. With 8.1 seconds to go, the Knicks are trying to win this opening night. It would be their first opening night win in 5 seasons.
When you fall and can't get help.
9-point performances tonight. Patrick Ewing 38, Gerald Wilkins 25, Mark Jackson 22, Kiki Vandeweghe 13, Mo Cheeks 12 off the bench. And right now the only point thing that matters is the 2-point lead that they have over the Hornets with 8.1 seconds to go. It is a Knick possession here, and the Knicks will be home at the Garden. First regular season game at MSG, and we'll have all the coverage right here on MSG, beginning with game night at 7 o'clock. Well, strange moment as Johnny Newman. I don't know. I don't know. Should he have taken a 3? What did Gene Littles want? I don't know. But he wound up taking the 2, got fouled, made 1, and so the Hornets now trail by 2. Vandeweghe on the inbound, almost stolen by Bogues, commits the quick foul. That ate up 1.3 seconds.
That's his 5th.
5th foul on Muggsy Bogues.
Interesting what the contrast in Mark Jackson and Cheeks. Mark so emotional going over, giving Cheeks a rub down, and Cheeks so unemotional, unflashy. The difference in the two is so distinct.
The Knicks 35 for 50 from the free throw line.
How about Cheeks? Is he delivering in the clutch now or what?
Knicks by 4 with 6.9 seconds to go.
Timeout, Charlotte.
And a timeout by the Hornets. 134, Hornets 130. Hornets got off to a great start in this overtime, rattled off the first 4 points. Now the Knicks now lead by that margin.
Brett Favre, legendary quarterback. Jerry Rice.
130 with 6.9 seconds to go in overtime on opening night here at the Charlotte Coliseum. And we talked an awful lot tonight about the Newman-Vandeweghe matchup. For a while it looked as though Kiki would run away with it. But Kiki had a quiet, ice-cold 4th quarter. And right now their numbers are very, very similar. The Knicks have 1 timeout remaining. Hornets have none. Vandeweghe 5 of 12, no rebounds, 13 points. Newman 4 of 9, 4 rebounds, 11 points. Newman on the inbound. 6.9 seconds to go in overtime. He's having trouble, no timeouts. Quick return from Bogues. Newman forces the 3, almost an air ball. Ewing is there. That will do it. For the first time in 5 seasons, the Knicks win on opening night, and it was not easy.
How about the fans here with their home team losing, bursting out in applause?
Got their money's worth. They enjoyed what they saw. That 4th quarter, the overtime was some pretty entertaining basketball, and the fans were a big part of the atmosphere here at the Charlotte Coliseum. Patrick Ewing, 14 for 23, 38 points. The Evian Natural Spring Water player of the game is Patrick Ewing. As the Knicks beat the Charlotte Hornets 134 to 130. They'll be flying home tonight thinking they were a bit lucky. We'll be back in a moment.
Brett Favre, legendary quarterback.